Great idea. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today to learn the radical truth about your water. We are excited to share with you all about a water system that we know is going to change your life. Now, that might seem like a big statement, but if you stop to think about it, we are made of over 70% water. So the quality of our water affects our health. We hope you learn over the next 20 or so minutes why Kangen water is the absolute best water for you and for your family. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Abby Rexroad, and I'm a teacher and I love to travel. I am happiest when I am outside in nature. I'm super passionate about preventative health. In fact, that's why I got started with this water in the first place. I believe that when we are feeling our best, that we're able to live without limitation. And this has led me on this path of sharing global hydration solutions. I'm presenting here tonight with Kathy. She is my spicy soul sister, and she is going to tell you a little bit more about herself.
Thank you, and hi, welcome. I'm Kathy Rojo, and I'm so thrilled that you are here today. I'm a physician assistant, and I've been practicing for 22 years, and I've seen firsthand the profound impact of incorporating low-tox living into our daily routines. Beyond my professional role, I'm a wife and a mom, and I'm driven by a deep commitment to true health and wellness. And my mission is to empower each of you to optimize your health and well-being, starting with understanding the crucial role that water plays in our lives. And so I'm so excited to be able to share this information with you today. Today, you're going to be learning about water filtration solutions for clean water and why it's important, the benefits of electrolyzed reduced water for your health, wellness, and home, the unique health benefits of ionized water versus other water, additional uses to create a low-tox oasis in your home, and how to obtain your own machine. So you're here because you may be a health conscious person and want to look after yourself and your family. You experience signs of dehydration, fatigue, lightheadedness, headaches, thirst, regardless of how much you drink. You wish you had more physical energy to enjoy life. You may be wondering how to thrive in an environment full of toxicities. You may be stressed, tired, sick, or have been in the past. And I think a lot of people are more health conscious these days because they've struggled with their health, or maybe they have a family member who's been struggling in the past. We often discount how painful that can be on a daily basis. When you're able to heal yourself from that, and you often forget what it felt like to be subpar health. And we want to show you today how you can live a life where you're pain-free, where you don't feel inflamed, where you're really thriving and feeling good on a daily basis. And you also may be here just because you want to drink the best available water, considering how much we drink every day and that we cannot live without it. So today we're going to be talking about Enagic and Kangen water specifically. And I'm going to pass it over to Abby, who's just going to dive right in with all the goods.
Thanks, Kathy. Our global mission is all about your health and wellness. And I think we can agree on one thing that all living beings have in common. It's our need for water, which is why we solve a problem that's affecting millions worldwide. Our solution helps 100% of people on the planet. And it's because that's what we all have in common. We need water to survive. And that's exactly what we're offering here. So this global mission that I mentioned, it has been a passion of mine for as long as I can remember. As a child, I was very vocal. I advocated for healthier choices all the time. A lot of it was based on things that I was learning from my coaches when I was in sports. And my parents, they did the absolute best they could with the resources that were available at the time. And I think that's true for all of us. We all do the best that we can with the information that we have. And then when we know better, we do better. And that's what this offering is really all about. It's just all about the education. Collectively, I think we all do our best to eat organic, stay away from processed foods. Maybe we spend countless dollars on supplements and exercise regimens, try to limit the toxins that we're exposed to by looking for greener solutions. But what are we doing about our water? That's the main ingredient that our bodies are made up of.
Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go.
Oh, could you go back one? There's our fun little picture of the people. So it takes much more than drinking more water to truly hydrate the body. As you can see, we're made up of at least 70% water, and our organs, they're made up of varying percentages. And to function optimally, we need to be fueling with the best water imaginable. So the Khan Academy says all of the significant biological processes in your body are dependent on water and are probably occurring inside of water. The inside of your cells is mainly water, and you are mainly water. So what's the problem? It varies. We're going to take a look. We're going to start with tap water. We all live in different places. I personally, I live in Bend, Oregon. My tap water is considered safe to drink from the tap, but this doesn't account for the unregulated pollutants that can legally exist in our water. There are currently 5 that exceed the advised legal limit in our area, and all of them are known carcinogens. In other areas that are not very far from here, places where my friends live, places where my friends' family members live, they're being told, like today, that their water is unsafe to drink. And hearing about this, it has been completely eye-opening for me. And this is why we're wanting to get out and share this information. There's no question why the demand for Kangen water is constantly increasing because of this. There's a new FDA study that's out. It shows that forever chemicals in your water cannot be removed. Our regulatory system that's meant to ensure our safety, it's broken, and there are no legal limits in place for more than 160 unregulated contaminants in our US tap water. So when we drink a glass of tap water, we're also getting a dose of industrial or agricultural contaminants, which are linked to cancer. They can harm the brain and nervous system, affect the growth and development of the fetus. They can cause fertility problems and disrupt hormones. And so since we're coming from different places, Kathy, can you tell people how they can learn what contaminants are present in their drinking water?
Yes, you'll want to visit this website, ewg.org, tap water, and then put in your zip code if you're in the US. The Environmental Working Group, or EWG, is a nonpartisan nonprofit organization that advocates for environmental health and human rights, or human health, sorry. The EWG conducts research and advocacy in areas such as toxic chemicals, drinking water, pollutants, corporate accountability. And the site lists contaminants detected in your water, but I want you to keep in mind that legal does not necessarily equal safe. Getting a passing grade from the federal government does not mean the water meets the latest health guidelines. Legal limits for contaminants in tap water have not been updated in almost 20 years. So as Abby had mentioned, local tap water where we live shows about 5 contaminants that exceed the EWG health guidelines, one of which is arsenic, whose potential effect is cancer and is 166 times greater than the EWG's health guide. It's pretty astounding what's allowed in our water.
Mm.
So you might be thinking, well, bottled water is a really good option, but we are in a plastic pollution crisis. Plastic pollution has become one of the most pressing environmental issues as rapidly increasing production of disposable plastic products overwhelms the world's ability to deal with them. Every year, about 8 million tons of plastic waste escapes into the oceans from coastal nations. That's the equivalent of setting 5 garbage bags full of trash on every foot of coastline around the world. Bottled water is not necessarily healthier than tap water, and it costs a lot more. A 4-year study by the Natural Resources Defense Council shows that 1/3 of the bottled water tested contains levels of contamination which exceed allowable limits. Bottled water can also be slightly acidic, which then can wreak havoc on your body's pH balance. Finally, the environmental impact caused by production and disposal of plastic bottles is harmful to our ecosystem. And as you know, with latest news, it's been shown that we are now consuming microplastics every time we drink out of a plastic water bottle. The next option to consider would be reverse osmosis. This is a filtering process which may be effective in areas that do not receive municipally treated water and is commonly used in bottled water facilities. One of the problems with this process is that dangerous chemicals like pesticides, herbicides, chlorine are smaller than the water and can pass freely through the filter. Additionally, RO removes healthy, natural occurring water minerals. These minerals help in making the water taste better, but they also serve a vital function in the body system. When stripped of these minerals, the water can actually become unhealthy. So when you're drinking RO, it is so important to add minerals back to the water, such as calcium and magnesium. If these minerals aren't added, your body starts to compensate by leaching these minerals from your bones, which can lead to cavities and osteoporosis. And last, about 2 to 3 gallons of water are wasted for every gallon of purified water produced. That's a lot. So you might be wondering what the solution is. The solution is twofold. The foundation for clean drinking water is filtration, the activation of the water that optimizes our health with hydrogen-rich antioxidant water is activation. So I'm going to pass it over to Abby to dive in a little deeper about this ionization and activation and how it's so important.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Oh, it's eye-opening when you break down those different solutions and the problems that come along with them. So thank you for breaking that down. So just to give a quick overview of the different properties of ionized water, ERW that you see there, it stands for electrolyzed reduced water, and 9.5 is the pH of the water that you'll end up drinking when you have an ionizer in your home. Yes, the water is alkaline. It's actually alkalized, and we're going to talk about why this process is so important. So stay tuned for more. Hydrogen rich, it's key to why this water is a superior source of water. And Kangen water, which you'll hear us referring to, that is the brand name of the water, but the properties are electrolyzed reduced, restructured, and negatively charged. So these are the key properties that you're going to use when you're researching on a credible site like Google Scholar or PubMed to see why this is important and how it might benefit your health. The process of creating alkalinity, it matters. And this is the process that the enagic ionizer uses. It's called electrolysis. So just to give you a quick little science lesson, when you look at the pH scale down below, it starts at 1 and it goes all the way up to 14. Anything below 7 is acidic and everything above 7 is alkaline. If we put our pH drops in the alkaline bottled water from the store and also in our Kangen water from home, both will show an alkaline reading, but the difference is in the process, which is really essential. There is electrically changed pH water, and then there's chemically changed pH water. And what you find in the supermarket, that's chemically changed. And what's missing about that is the molecular hydrogen that comes along with this electrolysis process. So I want you to imagine this. Picture on your counter next to your tap, you have this gorgeous little machine. I like to call it my fountain of youth. And as you turn on your tap, it's actually splitting the water molecules with a very potent electrical charge. So electricity is running through this water in the same way that a fresh spring water, it carries an electrical charge. It runs down the mountain, over the rocks, and it gets that similar charge from the earth and the lightning and all of that good nature stuff. So while this fresh spring water would be ideal for us to be drinking, most of us don't live right next to a fresh spring. So the next best option is for us to recreate that electrocution by using a very powerful health technology. And that's this enagic ionizer that we're talking about. It's splitting off those water molecules and it's creating this charge that allows our body to reduce levels of inflammation. So the way that this pH is created, it's so important. In fact, it's key. And Kathy, if you go back to that last slide, this electrolysis, the molecular hydrogen, how it's being created, you can see those pictures right there. It's incredibly potent for our bodies and that it acts as an antioxidant and it actually triggers our body's antioxidants to work more efficiently. It can address a variety of diseases, conditions, and syndromes, as evidenced by the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. They've collected thousands of publications on how molecular hydrogen affects our bodies and how amazing it is for us. So the creation and presence of molecular hydrogen, that's what makes this water different from all of the other waters.
So cool.
Yeah. So now we can dive back into that molecular hydrogen. See that tiny little dot next to the 2? That is, you can just see how small it is in size compared to other supplements that we might take to support our health, including vitamin C, glutathione, vitamin E, CoQ10. That small size of molecular hydrogen, it makes it more bioavailable for the body, and it allows it to enter tissues immediately. It's also able to cross the blood-brain barrier. So a visual that I like to share is, I want you to picture a chain link fence. This is our cells. And then picture a tennis ball. This is going to be that larger water, your tap water, or like these supplements. You're chucking those at the fence, and they're not going to be getting through that chain link fence because the size is so large. But if you had a handful of marbles, which is this molecular hydrogen, you're throwing that through the same chain link fence, most or all of those marbles are going to be going right through. That's a picture to kind of go along with how this molecular hydrogen is able to absorb into our bodies so quickly and become so bioavailable. So we encourage you to do your own research on molecular hydrogen. Here's an example PubMed right here. You can just type it in to the little search and you'll see result after result about the amazing benefits that it has on the human body. It's pretty fascinating. So oxidative stress, this is something that you've probably heard about. It's a big one, but a lot of people don't understand what it is. So we're just going to break it down for you here. Take a look at this diagram. It represents the oxidative stress on our cells. And I want you to think about what happens when you cut an apple in half. When the oxygen hits the apple, it starts to oxidize or turn brown. This is the same thing that happens to our cells. That's like the easiest way to kind of break it down. So within our bodies, you're going to find normal cells. You're also going to find free radicals. And these normal cells, they're attacked multiple times per day by these free radicals. And this is where we see inflammation, disease, chronic illness. They're all stemming from cells that are essentially damaged. So you can see how important it is to reduce our oxidative stress. And chronic inflammation, it's at the root of many chronic diseases and illnesses. So let's get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good? How do we do that? Well, antioxidants. Many people are familiar with these, and you might immediately start thinking of blueberries or green tea. We know these are good for us, but the actual reason they're good for us is because they have an electron to spare. They have an electron donating ability. And this is key because free radicals are scavengers and they steal electrons. Our cells are attacked, like I said, multiple times per day by these free radicals. And by drinking this hydrogen-rich water, we have the ability to neutralize the free radicals with this hydrogen donating an electron. And that's how we're reducing oxidative stress. We're reducing the impact of the free radicals on our cells. And free radicals, oxidative stress, they come from a variety of different places. They come from our food, toxins in our personal care products, our environment, the air we breathe. They can come from exercising, from stress. And as you can see, they're often impossible to avoid, which is why it's so important that we have an abundance of antioxidants in our body, an abundance of electrons to neutralize those free radicals. Sounds pretty easy, right?
So cool. I still geek out learning about all this stuff.
I know, me too. It's like brings me right back to high school chemistry. I love it. So here's some solutions for you. We're going to talk about our holistic health bundle. Kathy's going to dive much deeper. These are the products she's going to cover. They include the K8 water ionizer, which produces the alkalized hydrogen-rich water that we have been talking about. The Anespa shower system, so you can have your own personal Japanese onsen in your home. And finally, our chemical-free wild turmeric supplement, Ukon, which is a powerful antioxidant, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory. And it's available in tea, soap, and capsules. And these products, these powerful products, they're made and grown in Okinawa, Japan, and offered through Enagic. So Kathy's going to go a little bit further, and she's going to let you know why they're an integral part of our health and the health of our families.
Yes, thank you. I was really drawn to this product, the K8 water ionizer, for so many reasons, but especially because it's a complete solution for low tox and sustainable eco living. This one device produces 5 different types of water with over 60 plus uses for your home and health, and it reduces toxicity and chemical exposure. This machine allows you to throw out all of your household cleaning products that are full of toxic chemicals, products that are increasing your toxic burden for you and your family. So I'm going to start with each of the pHs and what they do in a quick overview, but the 2.5 pH is called the strong acidic water. It is hundreds of times more potent, stronger than bleach. It's a powerful disinfectant. You can use it as a hand sanitizer and antiseptic for cuts. You can spray it in your mouth for sore throats. It's considered antibacterial and antiviral, and you can clean your entire home, including your bathrooms, with just this water. It is pretty phenomenal. 6.0 pH is considered beauty water. It acts as a really great toner for your face. Plants love it because rainwater is slightly acidic, so they really like this pH. And you can clean your windows with it, replacing any of your Windex products. The 7.0 pH is considered clean water. It is simply filtered water. This is the type of water you would use for baby formula or if you're taking long-acting medications. 8.5, 9.5 pH Kangen drinking water. This is what we recommend drinking. And this is the water we've been talking about. And honestly, we can't live without it. The major downfall that happens with drinking this water is that you will become a water snob and you will refuse to drink any other type of water. Not only can you taste the difference, but you can definitely feel the difference. How I see it is if I can hydrate myself and reduce oxidative stress, I would choose this water 100 times over every time. It's life-changing. The last pH is 11.5 strong alkaline water. It's an incredible degreaser and emulsifier. Typically, water and oil don't mix, but when you add oil to this water, it becomes foamy and sudsy, and it actually starts to dissolve and break up the oil. So I love to use this for my vegetables and like fruits and veggies. I clean it in the 2.5 and then soak it in the 11.5. And this takes off that greasy pesticide layer, the oil layer that's sprayed on all of our fruits and vegetables. It has to be an oil base or else it would just come off when it rained. So it's stuck on these fruits and vegetables. Soaking it in this water literally just dissolves it, takes it off, and you're left with a bowl full of nasty yellow water full of pesticides and herbicides. It's really amazing. And I've also cleaned an oven with it. So this water is really powerful. And I'd love for you to take a moment to look at the value that you're getting here. First, think about the lifespan of the machine, which is about 25 to 30 years, even longer if you're able to maintain it well. Think about what you would pay to get all of those health benefits every time you drink a glass of water for 25 to 30 years. What's this value to you? In my mind, it's priceless. The quality of the water that you are drinking determines the quality of your life. The next product is our Anespa. This, as you know, our skin is our largest organ and it absorbs whatever we put on it. And it's especially sensitive, if you will, when our pores are open with, bathing with hot water. So it's going to absorb a lot quicker on whatever you put on it. The Anespa DX is like treating yourself to like a hot spring experience. It comes with it's a mineralizing, it remineralizes your water and it allows for this incredible like experience. It has, not only does it have a filter in there to filter out any bacteria and chlorine, but it also has tufa stones in there. So they're from Okinawa, Japan, and it really gives you this beautiful like hot spring experience. Your skin is softer, it's definitely more hydrated. My son one day took a shower in our room when we first got this Anespa, and I hadn't told him about the system. And he came out and he was just in awe, like, Mom, what is different with the water? And I was really curious to see his experience. And he essentially said, it's soft and it, instead of bouncing off, it felt like it absorbed. And so he's never showered in any other shower but that one since. So he, that says a lot of what his perspective is and how he still experiences that shower. So I love this shower unit. Last is Ukon, as Abby had mentioned earlier. Due to its beneficial antioxidant properties, Ukon has been cultivated and consumed as an herb in tea, as a supplement, and in skin care products for thousands of years. As you know, it is turmeric. Ukon means turmeric in Japanese. Many things make Ukon stand out above other conventional turmeric on the market. One thing is the area where Enagic's Kangen Ukon is grown is known as Yanbaru. It's located on the northern tip of the island, and it's referred to as nature's treasure. Ukon is harvested exclusively for Enagic. It's grown on dedicated farms and is 100% free of harmful chemicals used in lower quality conventional turmeric farming. This Ukon is cleansed and sanitized by strong Kangen water and strong acidic water at the Enagic Ukon factory. This is the first supplement ever produced by combining curcumin, Kangen water, and 100% additive-free Ukon essential oils. This patented soft gel capsule is made complete with antioxidant ingredients such as olive oil, perilla oil, flaxseed, and tocotrienol. And the capsules are packaged in a blister pack that keeps the potency intact from start to finish. Often, when you get supplements over the counter in containers or bottles, every time you open, oxidative stress takes place. So the first capsule is not the same potency as the last capsule in your bottle. So you might be wondering why a Nagic is the best. Why a Nagic? You know, there's other options out there, but we believe and we know that a Nagic is the best option for you. This company is 50 years young. Businesses and products do not last 50 years if they're not high quality. We as people are far too savvy as consumers, and the transparency of businesses is really important. If a product doesn't work, it doesn't survive. It's a patented product and compensation plan. So I have to mention that when you love your water machine so much that you want to share it with others, you will get rewarded for sharing. Our compensation plan is another conversation to be had. So let us know if you're open to that when we talk to you about your ways to obtain this machine for yourself. This is just another amazing feature of owning a K8 machine. It's the only water ionizer globally with a medical grade certification in Japan. It's an original equipment manufacturer, or OEM, which means that a Nagic owns everything. They handcraft their products, they assemble them all in their warehouse. They do not rely on anyone else for parts. Each ionizer is built from start to finish by one person, resulting in superb quality control. And this includes the box that it's shipped out to you in. Only 1% of the population knows about ionization and the benefits from this water, and you are now part of that 1%, and we want to get one of these machines in everyone's home. It's imperative, right? The purchase of your machine comes with global distribution rights, and Nagic is a global business with which offers distribution rights in over 85 countries and has local offices in over 50 countries. And Nagic is incredibly trusted. They have this amazing health technology. They really know what they're doing when it comes to water, and they've been awarded a gold standard for water quality. And that speaks volumes. Investment. You're probably wondering, what's the cost of this little beauty? Well, we want to be completely transparent. We believe this is an investment. It is $5,480 USD plus shipping. And I know that some of your first response would be, oh my gosh, that is way too expensive. Like, who can afford that? But I want you to take a breath, and I want you to look at all the value we just talked about. These machines last 25 to 30 years. You can get all these amazing health benefits that are improving your quality of life and potentially extending your life, since the water slows down in the aging process. And honestly, this is a no-brainer and makes complete sense. Look at the actual science. Look how it's supporting your optimal health. If you get to live each day feeling your best, you're feeling your best. This is priceless. Priceless. I mean, you're drinking this, you're thriving. Pre-filtration is available as discussed previously, and it's important. It's an important part of the equation, and we are happy to work with you to determine the best filter based on your water source. Adding a pre-filter to this ionizer will help the longevity of your machine as well. This investment comes with a 5-year warranty. Finance options are available. I want you to reach out to whoever shared this video with you to discuss your options. Everyone has a unique situation, and there is something for everyone. And a few other things I'd like to mention are the maintenance pieces. This is a highly technical device, and you want to make sure it runs smoothly. If you take good care of it, this machine will last a lifetime. A couple of maintenance items include electrolysis enhancer, e-cleaning, deep cleaning, and these are small costs when you think about the quality of life you are getting in return for it. I'm going to pass it back over to Abby.
Thank you, Kathy. So, are you ready to lower your exposure to toxicity and ward off free radicals and inflammation with more efficient cellular function? Yeah. If you're wondering how to get this amazing machine into your home, please reach out to the person who invited you here. They're going to talk you through the next steps. They're going to educate you on your options for financing your investment, and they're going to help you decide which product or products are best for you and your family. There's a lot of different options to get started. So, depending on what your situation is, like I said, just reach out. There are so many. So the company wants to make this available for everyone. And Kathy and I, we just want to thank you for taking the time to listen in, to learn more about our incredible products, to take that next step in your health and wellness. No, we know that it's our highest priority. It's got to be something that you value as well because you're here listening to this tonight or today or whenever you're listening to it. So when you reach out to that person that invited you here, just make sure to ask about our current incentives. They're going to help you get this incredible solution into your home and to get you the best possible offer. So thank you
Yes.
so much.
Cheers to good health. Thank you guys.